Unions stand up for values of fairness. These are things that some may say stand in the way of corporate profits, just like treaty rights, just like people standing up for the environment.
We're all in this together, and that sort of creates the, more unity.
I think having PSAC present in the Idle No More movement, for one, has brought us into an audience that we never would have been able to get to before. We are meeting with people that maybe don't have the best relationships with the government, and they're accepting us even though we work for the government. And I think that relationship where they come and see us as people and not as an entity of the government has been really positive.
I realized we really have the same goals, the Idle No More activists and social justice activists.
The bottom line is, we're all in this together. Like we are all affected.
My name is Shannon Little, and I've been a PSAC member since 1999. When I first started to hear about Idle No More, I recognized that in my local community of Lethbridge, Alberta, that this was something that was very important. A lot of what they are fighting for are things, like protection of our land and waters, protection of traditions, leaving our country in place, a better place for our children.
My name is William Singer III, and I'm from the Blood Tribe. I'm an artist, entrepreneur, and activist. I was glad that we have, like allies to assist us, because, we like, the more people that we can get to work together in solidarity, the better.
Idle No More activists really were fighting an attack on their rights. I started to see that this was very similar to the attack on unions that we are facing by the current government. And when you look at their values, they align very closely with union values.
My name is Sherry Hunt, and I have been a PSAC Agriculture Union member for 3 years now. And I think for us right now with the PSAC's We Are All Affected campaign, it works so well with what the Idle No More people are telling us about. It seems like it's an Aboriginal issue on the outset, but we're all affected by all these things. And I think the two campaigns work so well together that also, it was like a perfect storm that brought us all, William and Shannon and myself, together, that we're all affected by this. No matter if you're Aboriginal, if you're a public servant, we're affected by this government.
This doesn't just concern the First Nations, it concerns all Canadians.
The common goals between Idle No More and social justice movements within the union, there's a lot of similarities. Protection of our lands and waters, fairness, the assault on democracy that we have seen by the Stephen Harper government. We are both in opposition to legislation that just takes away long, hard, and traditional rights, rights that we've all fought for, and rights that have been traditionally granted through signing of treaties. And you can't just wipe them out because they're inconvenient. And we recognize that, and working together, hopefully we can be a larger force.
Like we're all in this together. We need to understand each other a lot more, because this way then we'll have a better understanding of what we're fighting for, because in the end we're fighting for our future generations.
And it's a part of parenting. I mean, we work all of our lives so that we have houses to leave to our children and money and inheritance to leave to our children. Why wouldn't we work hard all of our lives to leave a good world to our children? So
I believe that we need change in this country, and that it'll take the people to do that. It may sound cliche, but the people have the power.
I think throughout my life, I've always been a bit of a right fighter, and really getting involved more with the union kind of gave a structure for those sort of feelings, and it also gave you access to some resources that could help you with activism, and it put you in touch with like-minded individuals and allies.
In this movement, I believe that we are doing the right thing, and that it makes, it strengthens this movement when we have the Public Service Alliance, being like one of our strongest, allies.
To members who think that a union is just about what goes on within the walls of your workplace, I think you're being very short-sighted. What goes on beyond there affects your life, your community, your society. The political situation affects you as an individual. And for me, as an individual, I have a small amount of power. When I join with others in a collective, that power and that voice grows substantially. So I don't see myself as just a union member, as someone who happens to work in the same place as someone like Sherry. We also are a community, and we have to work to better our larger community and our society.
I look back at all our chiefs from the past, and I want to be able to at least make my existence matter, count that I did something, because how can you create change when you don't do anything?
Once you start working together and you create this sort of energy and momentum that actually draws people in, more and more people we see that weren't interested before are becoming interested because they see that we are doing things locally. We're making changes, we are working in our community, and that attracts.
It's all about creating education and awareness through peace, unity, and solidarity. And that's the only way. That's the only way we see that we can keep moving, is by doing things that way. And by doing things that way, we can increase our supporters and our allies and anyone that wants to come on board with us.
When you look right now about who's under attack, it's the unionists, it's the people standing up for their treaty rights, it's environmentalists. These are all people that perhaps stand in the way of a corporate agenda.
We're two nations, we're a sovereign nation, and with the treaties that were signed between the two nations, we have to have that dialogue. It can't be just one-sided where, what's best for you, it's never really works out that way. So I just hope that we can at least repeal these bills that have been passed, and there's others that are being passed, and that we get a better government that takes care of the people, like everyone, not just big business, oil companies, because that's all that seems to matter, and that's all that this country seems to care about, and that we're just in the way. We matter, this is our land. With the wide-scale fracking that's happening right now, whatever non-natives, they can move away to a different part of the world, or I can't. If a well goes up and destroys my water and the land, where can I go?
There are some issues that really are equalizing, and the Idle No More activism where it surrounds water and land rights, that's pretty basic to all of us.
Anytime you have a cause, it is strengthened with numbers of people and with allies. So if we can lend our support to causes like Idle No More, and we can learn about what's important to them at the same time they learn about what's important to us, when we need help, they're there for us.
What better way to have growth in a movement to have allies?
I see Idle No More and PSAC both as defenders of fairness. It's very simple. It's not complicated. And anyone that defends fairness or what is right and stands up for people that need someone to stand up for them. That's just someone who I want to call my friend and ally.